It's time to learn more about Dungeon Quest, the RPG minigame that Indie Alien Jones and I are working on. If you don't know what this is all about, check out my video from a week ago. I'll put a link to it down in the description, which gives a general overview of the game, but we're going to head into a few more specifics today. Hello again, Skunkmike here, and today we are back in our Dungeon Quest. This is our working world. This is where all the magic is happening, and don't look too deeply. I don't want you knowing how stuff works. No, I'm just kidding. It's all good. It's all good. So, Dungeon Quest is an amazing mini game. I call it a mini game, but it's a maxi game. It's pretty big. Yeah. Indy and I are working very hard on this. We're doing a whole lot. We're working on levels. We're balancing stuff out, and we're doing a little playthrough testing of it, and it's all pretty awesome. But I want to talk today about our classes. I mentioned in our previous video that there are going to be multiple classes, and behind me on the board here, you can see our classes. There are 4 different classes, each with their own skill tree. So let's take a look, see what's different about them, see what's unique, how you can place some of them. And if you look at them, there's like, I think there's 20 levels on each one, or 21, I think it's 21 levels. You're going to start off with a level 1 character, and you're going to be able to progress. We're not sure if you're going to be able to get all 20 of those extra levels or not, but that'll come later. We'll find that out. So let's take a look at some of our classes. So the first one that we've been working on, he's kind of the general one, and these are not named yet, but for the sake of argument, we have our warrior class. And the warrior class, he's very simply all about brute strength. Yeah. So if you notice, all 4 of the classes have the same main trunk line. You've got your leather armor that you start with, upgrade to a stone sword, iron armor, iron sword, diamond armor, and diamond sword. That's the same throughout all of them. Your skill tree will go through that. Indy's on, he's working on stuff. So how does the warrior handle his tree? So if you go down this path, you get a Tome of Undying, Potion of Strength 1, and then you can get a shield, which apparently shield is really awesome, and then you can get Unbreaking on your shield. Each one of those is a skill point. And down here, you get, what is this one? This one isn't named. Potion of Healing, Potion of Strength Long, and Resistance. So we have that little tree down here to get to Resistance 1, which is pretty powerful. Then over here, you can get Potion of Strength 2, Strength Beacon 1, Strength Beacon 2, and you may be wondering, why would I want the potion if I can get the beacon? Well, the beacon effect does apply to all of the level. However, there might be spots where you might lose beacon effects. You're going to want some potions. And then we have Potion of Healing 2, 2, and 2. So this is just, you can stack basically extra points into, potions of healing in order to get some extra healing. So this is not 100% finalized, but we've been working on this quite a bit. So it's just feeling pretty good. That goes with all 4 of these. So then we have the wizard class, and I really liked working on this one. So main trunk line is the same, and then you can branch off a little earlier though. The warrior, he's got to go all the way, test his mettle, but the wizard can go off and get some fire stuff going. So you can get a fire aspect bow, or fire aspect on his sword, flame bow, and he can get some healing splash potions, which can be used on himself or on undead. And so you've got some choices there. Also, Ender Pearl, and then you can get a Resistance 1 beacon. All the way down here, regeneration potions, invisibility, and then potions of harming to be used against creepers and spiders. And then lots of totems of undying. Yeah, the totems of undying, the wizard can go that way. Now remember, you may not be able to get all of the trees, so you might have to say, well, I don't want the fire aspect because I want to get all the way down to having 3 totems. That's your choice. It's just a little bit of decision that is going to affect your gameplay. Moving on to the rogue. At first we were like, can we even do this class? And we're like, yeah, we can. And then we're like, I'm not sure we can. And then, we wanted to add stuff and we couldn't. Because one of the things we really want to do is rogues are always lurking in the shadows. They've got little, traps that they can set, and we're like, ooh, wouldn't it be cool if you could set down a an end crystal and then shoot at it to kill stuff, well, that would unfortunately blow up our levels. So that's not really an option. So we had to rethink how the rogue works. So what we've got, you've got your main trunk line, and then you've got potions of leaping. Now, why would I want potions of leaping? Well, there could be spots in our levels. There are spots. We are specifically designing them for this, where the rogue can get places other classes can't, which could be very beneficial in both evading enemies or finding hidden spots. So, potion of leaping, and then you can get a permanent jump boost. Then if you want to go towards this way, you can get slowness. So you can hit this, hit the enemies with this to give yourself a little bit advantage, maybe to get away. And then you yourself can get swiftness, and then speed. So this is kind of the, you know, the speed branch that you could go on here. You could get yourself a shield. It's not going to have unbreaking on it, but it could help. And then if you go all the way down here, we can just get ourselves a nice little gapple, which can help out in times of need. Or we can also take this branch, which gives us night vision, ability to see when it gets really dark in spots, invisibility, night vision long, and then invisibility long. So obviously if you're attacking, invisibility doesn't help, but if you need to get away and heal up, invisibility is huge. So then moving on to the Ranger, which I'm always like, you know, a ranged class. So the Ranger really fits my playstyle, but I don't know, because all four of these are really cool, and I'm enjoying making each one of them so much. So the Ranger obviously has the same trunk line, and the Ranger is different because the Ranger lives off the land. So he's actually going to start with some food, to be determined what kind of food, but he's actually going to get some food that you can start off with. Food is amazing because when you enter the dungeon, you enter, well, I think it's actually over here. You're going to enter with a bow, a wooden sword, and your leather armor, and like 20 arrows. That's it. So you need to be able to find food. You know, there might be some spots that you can find in the levels that'll help you out with food. You're gonna need to explore every nook and cranny to see what you can find. But the Ranger could actually start with food. That is a huge boost early on. Now, the Ranger is, I mean, obviously, look at it. He's all about the range. He's all about using bows. So the Ranger is actually going to start with some extra arrows as well. And almost immediately, he can hop over and start going into areas of harming and healing. You'd be like, healing? Yes, once again, like the wizard, these can hurt the undead. So you've got the harming and healing. Off this branch, you can get your slowness and weakness, which weakness can be huge against some, you know, enemies, like if you get a bunch of zombies. So slowness and weakness are really defensive arrows, which are really nice to have. And then if you come all the way down here, you can get spectral, and then one of the most important things for Ranger, an infinity bow. This is invaluable because you've got to be very conscientious of how much arrows you're using, of how much durability your sword, because honestly, your little wooden sword is not going to last even the first level, which is actually over there. We're going to take a look at that later. But your wooden sword is not going to last, so you're going to have to play through that first level a few times just to be able to get to your stone sword and then move down the trunk line. And then if we branch off right here, you can get a little bit of swiftness. Not as much as the rogue, because the rogue is all sneaky in the shadows and really fast at getting away. But you can get some swiftness and then a permanent speed boost beacon. So each one of the classes does have 21 different spots on it, and I think it's pretty balanced. Now, we are doing playtesting, like I said, just to make sure that everything feels as fair as possible, but you know, it could be a little unbalanced one way or the other. It also depends on your playstyle. If you're not used to using bows, picking the Ranger might not be for you. You might want the warrior, you might want the wizard. You know, the wizard's pretty cool because he gets this fire aspect stuff, the flame. That's his elemental pretty soon, which could be very helpful. But, you know, he doesn't also get the strength that the warrior gets, and also doesn't get all these nice little cool little potions. I mean, he gets some potions, but not these. I mean, these are cool potions. These are like, it's so cool. I love every single one of these, and honestly, it's going to be hard to choose because when you start this game, you're going to choose one of these classes, and that is your class for the game. And you've got to stick with it And we've been talking about putting in a respec or a reclass feature, but that's gonna be hard to find. You better make a, hard decisions. Do I really want to do this, or should I do this? It's gonna be completely up to you. So yeah, so those are our 4 classes, and I think that's enough into the back end development for today. Let's head over to level 1, which is the one we've been working on right now. The one that I showed you guys last week, that's the cave. That ain't level 1. No, that's actually level 3. So let's head over to level 1 and see if we can do a little bit of play testing. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I've been playing through it a bit. I think I'm going to play as a wizard just because I want to see what that is like. So right now, I am a level 2 wizard, so I've got a stone sword. And that's it. A stone sword, leather armor, and a bow. That's my gear that I'm starting off with. So I'm trying to decide, do I want to go with the iron armor or the fire aspect? It's going to be a hard choice, but I'm going to play through it some more and see how far I can get in level 1. That is going to do it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like, consider subscribing, turn on those notifications, stay tuned for more updates to Dungeon Quest coming soon, and also stick around waiting for Season 3 of Igniter when we're going to be building this game. People are going to be playing. It's going to be amazing, and I hope to see you guys in the next Dungeon Quest update. Until next time.